Hello guys, this is Ben with Joe's Game Electronics. Today I'll be showing you guys how to replace a back cover on a Series 9 45mm GPS watch. As you can see, this back cover is completely shattered and it will need replacing. Here's the new back cover that we'll be using. To do this repair, all the tools that you'll need is a pry tool, some type of tweezer, a spudger, plastic spudger, some Joe's glue. You're going to need a clamp, or you could use rubber bands. You're going to need a flathead, and you'll need a Joe's 0.6 screwdriver. You'll also need a little bit of alcohol for some of the stuff we'll be doing, and at home you could just grab a paper towel or some toilet paper to use to wipe off the extra glue that will be on the screen. And you'll also need some type of heat, so you could use a hair gun or a heat gun if you have one. So let's get right into this repair. We're going to start off by prying the screen out. To do that, we're going to grab the heat gun and apply some heat to the screen. And you're just going to go all around the screen just like this. Once you feel that it is pretty hot, and the screen is pretty hot, you're going to grab your metal pry tool, grab a little bit of alcohol, and start going in a side-to-side motion just like this. Make sure you apply a good amount of alcohol so the adhesive kind of loosens up and allows the screen to come up. There we go, we went all around. Now we're gonna start prying the screen up. As you can see, it lifts up very easy now. Some watches it'll be a little harder to lift up. Just apply slight pressure to it. There we go. Next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this ribbon and disconnect it from the screen. To do that, you're just gonna kind of pry this with your fingers in a motion going this way. So just be very careful and gentle with it, or else you will rip the ribbon. Once you get to this point, you're just gonna grab your tweezer or whatever just to lift up this black tape. Or in this case, we could just use a spudger actually. Like this, just kind of lift it up. I'll show you guys just this part. As you can see, you're gonna have to lift up this connection as well as on this side. Both of them are the same connections. Now you could pull the ribbon back, and just like that, you have the screen disconnected now. Next is the battery. We're gonna grab some alcohol with our spudger on this side, and then you're just gonna put it right into here, right here, and you're just gonna go in the motion just like this, and the battery should just come out just like that. Next, we're gonna grab our Joe's 0.6 screwdriver, Y screwdriver, and we're gonna take off the screw right here and the shield that is holding the battery connection down. And just like that. Next, we're going to grab our spudger again and just disconnect the battery, put that aside. We're going to grab our Joe's 0.6 Y screwdriver again, and we're going to take out these 3 screws right here, and I'll go in a motion this way. Make sure you also organize everything to the way it kind of goes in, just so you don't forget what screws to put in where. Because all the screws on these Apple Watches are different than each one. They're not all the same. There we go. Now we can just lift the Taptic Engine up and disconnect it from this ribbon right here, and just take the Taptic Engine completely out. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to disconnect these ribbons right here from the board, and then we're just going to disconnect this ribbon right here, just like that. Put that aside. Alright, now we can begin by taking these screws out that is holding the motherboard down onto the back cover. So you're going to need the Joe's 0.6 Y screwdriver again. You're just going to take out these 3 screws right here and the shield, and then do the same thing to this side. This side, the screws are kind of hidden behind this black tape, so you're just going to have to kind of find where the groove is and just start unscrewing it.
Hey, this is Joe from the Sauna. If this video brought you value, please support us by buying parts, tools, refurbished electronics, or sending your device in for repairs so we can keep offering you free repair tutorials. Back to the video.
Alright, once you took all those screws out and the shields, as you can see, this back cover was already kind of damaged and it just came off pretty easily itself. So, but usually what you would do is you would heat this back cover up on the back, just like this, for about like 20 to 15 seconds until it gets pretty hot. And then you would flip it around and you would grab the flathead, and then where this shield was with these screws, you're just gonna kind of push it down and the back cover would just come off just like that. That's if this one didn't come off that easily. I would do that. You just kind of press down. Make sure you're not pressing down on the motherboard, but pressing down on the actual back cover, just like that. And usually it would just come off really easily. This one just came off completely because it was pretty shattered bad. The next we have is the motherboard itself. For this, we're just gonna disconnect it from the back cover with the spudger, just like that. And there we go. Here is the old back cover. We're just gonna grab our tweezer and put this side for now. There we go. Alright, so let's get started with installing the new back cover. So as you can see, this is the new Series 9 45mm back cover. We're gonna grab our band holders. We're just gonna kind of place them into place. I usually look at the back. I can't really show you guys, but I usually look on the back just to make sure it's flush with the back cover, because if you do place it wrong, it's gonna look really weird and it's not gonna work as it should. And now I do the same thing with this side. Put it in and make sure it is straight on the back. There we go. And we're gonna quickly use some of these springs off the old back cover. We're gonna put it onto the new back cover. These are for the band wristband to disconnect it from the Apple Watch. So you have to make sure these are all straight once you are putting on the housing. This is usually the most annoying part about these Apple Watches, is these springs. People always have trouble with them. Even we have some trouble with them. Alright, next we're gonna grab our motherboard. We're gonna place it onto the back cover where the connection kind of goes, and we're just gonna press down and you should kind of hear a click, and that's when you know that it is connected to the back cover. Alright, next we got our housing. Usually I would kind of clean it up just a bit. Just gonna use some toilet paper, but usually tweezers are the best to use in this situation. Just gonna clean it up from all the old residue on there and whatever dirt and grime that's on there. Just kind of take it off. Just give it a quick clean. Now we're gonna grab our housing and we're just gonna place it around this, just like this. We're just gonna kind of align everything just to make sure, and once it looks good, you're just gonna kind of push it down just like that, and there we go. As you can see, looks good. Make sure all the holes, you can see all the holes for the shields and the screws that hold down the motherboard to the back cover. Now we're just gonna grab this shield right here. This one goes to the top of the crown. Make sure it is placed the right way, which is this way. We're gonna grab our Joe's 0.6 screwdriver and begin on screwing down the screws to where they go. Alright, so once you place those screws in, the back cover should be holding on pretty good now, and you could just see, test these band holders, make sure they work. Also look inside right here to see if the springs come out or anything, because if they do, you have to redo that process. But this one looks pretty good. Make sure it goes up properly as well. So yeah, everything looks good on this one. So now we can begin on placing the rest of these shields back on with the screws. Do the same thing you just did to the top, do it to the bottom. Alright, so once you have all those screws in, you're just gonna begin now by connecting all these connections right here. Next, we're gonna grab this ribbon right here. This one is for connectivity. So we're just gonna make sure we place it in correctly. There we go. That looks to be in correctly. Next, we're gonna kind of grab our Taptic Engine. We're gonna place it right where it goes and then connect it. First thing we're gonna do is connect it back to the motherboard. Once you have it connected, you want to kind of put it in its place and then just put everything kind of where it goes, just like that. And then you're gonna flip this onto here, just like this. And now we could begin on screwing all the screws back in for the Taptic Engine. So we're gonna start off by this screw and just work our way around. So this one goes right here. Alright, once you have all the screws into the Taptic Engine, where it goes, you can grab your battery. You're gonna kind of align where the connection goes, and then you're just gonna kind of reconnect it. Make sure it's on there. Once it is, go over here, grab your shield that holds the battery down, put it where it goes. Grab your 0.6Y those screwdriver and put screw back in. There we go. Next, we're gonna grab these tweezers. We're just gonna pull these black tape back, grab our screen, and then reconnect the screen ribbons to the actual screen. There we go. And just flip these connections back on there. Pull the black tape back on there as well. And there you go. Alright, so once you put the screen on onto these units, make sure that there's no dirt or any kind of grime left over on the screen or over here. Quickly wipe it down, and I'm gonna proceed by grabbing the Joe's glue. We're gonna just put it all around this section right here, and put a decent amount. Don't put too little, but don't put too much. Just hopefully you guys can see this, but this is the amount you should be putting on. Alright, once you're done with that, you can begin by kind of aligning the screen to where it should go, and then just kind of press it in just like that, and there you go. The screen is now in. Next, we're just gonna grab our toilet paper or whatever you have at home, just wipe it down. Paper towels works, anything that can wipe this glue off, use it, because it's just extra glue that's gonna be on the screen, and you want to wipe it as soon as possible before it dries onto the screen or the housing, just so it's easier to take off. Alright, so once you have the screen glued down and wiped it down, you can grab your clamp or rubber bands. I'm using clamps, but you can use rubber bands. Just wrap the rubber bands around, and you're just gonna put it on just like this. And I would let it sit for about 8 hours to 10 hours. You could just leave it overnight or whatever works best for you. I would say leave it for at least 8 hours and let it just dry, and then do not go into water for about like a good week, I would say, just to be safe. If you guys don't feel like you're comfortable doing this repair yourself, you could always send it to us. We can do the repair for you. And yeah, all the tools that you saw in this video that I was using, like this Joe's glue and all these tools, will be linked down below, as well as all the parts. And thank you for watching, guys, and have a great rest of your day.
Thanks for watching the video, guys. If you guys love what we do, please support us. You guys can click on the links that we have on the end screen. You guys can buy parts, sales, or service so we can continue to make great videos for you guys for many more years. Thank you.